Like, I want you guys to be able to see exactly how this went, and I don't want you guys to have to remember anything. So if you text this number, your name and email, I'll send you everything in this presentation. You can download all of the memes, you can copy those texts, and it's really straightforward. You get a girl's number, you text her some sort of callback humor, flip the script, or a standard protocol line, something to remind her why you're fun, why you're cool. You text back and forth for, at most, 3 to 6 messages, and then you set up a date. You go out with her, rinse and repeat. There's no reason to be having long, boring conversations. Don't over-text her. Make sure the frequency of the texting is even, so she's not investing, or so you're not investing more than her. And have fun with this stuff. Everything in this presentation, hopefully you guys realize, it's just me having fun, me amusing myself. And that's really, really attractive to women. So I know this is just about texting, but the bigger picture is huge here. If you can consistently communicate in this way, women will find you irresistible. There's nothing that shows that you're an attractive guy with an abundance of opportunity than being able to communicate in, the way that most guys really suck at. Most guys are so bad at texting, they shoot themselves in the foot. Like, I can't tell you how many clients will come to me and they say, I get tons of numbers, but I'm not getting dates. I'm like, well, have you ever considered that maybe you suck at texting? Well, I just call them. All right, guys, so that's my presentation.
Give it up for Robbie Kramer. Who's got questions? Go ahead and raise your hand.
So in your presentation, I hear you saying the date, asking her out, drinks, Chipotle, that sort of thing. So that all implies that you're taking her out on a date. Is there some approach that you have that is not, hey, I'm going to buy you something when I see you?
So the good question. I'm never trying to frame it whereas if I'm buying her something, right? But any normal date, you're going to meet at a coffee shop or a bar or a pool hall, some sort of social place. Like, unless you hooked up with her the night you met her at a bar, you're not going to text her, hey, meet me at my place, right? Unless you have you've already kind of created that sort of relationship. It's just too much too soon, and you're going to creep most girls out if you do that, right? There's outliers to every situation. But the point of me saying something like Chipotle is actually me making fun of the fact that I'm not going to buy her something elaborate, right? We're just going out, we're going to share a drink together, we're going to have a fun conversation, and no pressure. It's nothing to be like too concerned about. We'll see if we hit it off, and if not, no big deal. So that sub-communicates, the texting or saying Chipotle sub-communicates that it's no big deal, and you're not having this money exchange. But sure, buy her Chipotle. Like, if I invite a girl out for drinks, I'll pay for the drinks, which will cost me, $20, whatever. And she'll probably buy the second round. One thing I'll do when I meet a girl out on a date is show up in the bar, and there's always that awkward situation where you meet her and you want to order drinks at the bar, but you want to keep the conversation going, and it's the beginning of the date, so there's already that kind of awkwardness. And I can't remember who I stole this from, but the idea is she walks in, and you say, all right, find a place to sit. I'll go grab the drinks. First round's on me. That way, you don't have to have that awkward conversation. She finds somewhere to sit. You go to the bar. You come back with the drinks, and you've implied that she's buying the second round. If you want to do that, if money's tight and you want to do that, I have no problem, springing for a couple rounds of drinks. And it's actually a way that I can screen to see if she is really interested in me. If she offers to pay or if she offers to buy a round, I won't take her up on it. I'll say, no, it's cool, I got it. But it shows me that she's just not there for the drinks. And no girl's going to meet you out for a one-on-one date if she just wants free drinks. It's just not going to happen.
Other questions, guys?
So my question is the utility of dirty text messages. Obviously, bad idea before you banged, but they're a hell of a lot of fun to write. But I'm not sure if there's a good idea to be doing.
Yeah, that's dangerous. Sexting, I guess you can call it. My general rule of thumb when it comes to sexting or dirty texts are proceed with extreme caution, and pretty much, I very, 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 very rarely use them at all. But they do have amazing memes for that. Because remember, it's not you saying it, it's the meme. There's a group of memes that are called some e-cards, and they're very sexual in nature, and they're sexual, but they're funny at the same time. So you're creating sexual tension, and you're dissipating the sexual tension with humor. The only time where I'll get in like a dirty talk sort of text conversation is with a girl that I've probably already slept with, or if she instigates it, like, you know, if I text her back and forth a few times and she just out of the blue says, I really want you to bend me over and take me to town, then I'll be like, oh, well, obviously. I'm getting a green light here, you can go with it. But I'm never instigating dirty talk or sexual stuff. It's just too high risk. There's really no point in doing it, and a lot of other guys do it, and if a lot of other guys are doing it, it means you shouldn't be doing it. You want to go in opposition of the pack. So, good question.
What else we got? There's a question here. What is the craziest text message you've ever received?
Craziest text.
Or perhaps, what's the craziest one you've ever sent?
There's been so many. Trying to think.
What led to the story you don't want to tell right now?
Oh, I'm getting suddenly a lot hotter up here. I guess it's not, I can't really think of any, no, like, you know, stories are coming to mind or like specific events, but what I've seen happen, not just with me, but some clients, I think a guy posted in my group a few months ago how he literally had like a 30-second interaction with a girl. Met her at Starbucks. I think he walked up to her and said, hey, had to risk embarrassing the hell out of myself to come over here and meet you. I'm Joe. She says, hey, I'm Jenny. Joe goes, I really got to run. I'm meeting a friend, but I'd love to chat with you more. Give me your number. If you don't like me, give me a fake one. I'll never know the difference. She gives him her number. He texts her about 5 minutes later and sends the flip the script line. She fires back with like, haha, that's not how I remember it. I remember you hitting on me. They joke back and forth, maybe 2 or 3 texts, and he follows up with the American Eagle meme, but he changed it from a scale of 1 to America, how free are you tonight? She says, well, I'm actually free starting in the next hour. They met up an hour later, and they ended up hooking up that night. So his interaction with her was literally 30 seconds, an exchange of 5 texts, and that led to an amazing adventure and experience that he had with a girl that, you know, a city that he didn't live in while he was traveling. So if you're really confident and you hit on a lot of women, as Sasha was saying, you guys need to be approaching a lot, not just because you're going out to get numbers, but there's no faster way to pushing through the fear and to be able to really express yourself in your truest nature. Like, I don't approach women to get numbers. I approach women to have fun and to become more self-expressed. The outcome is I get numbers. The outcome is that they like me. But I do it because I love to do it. I love to push myself. And I had terrible approach anxiety, worse than anyone. I spent $3,000 on a boot camp back in 2006, and the only promise of the boot camp was to make you hit on girls during the day. That's it. I just ran up to like 100 girls and I said, hey, you're really cute. See you later. But that's what I needed to do. So I can't emphasize the importance enough of approaching, getting a lot of reps, and pushing your comfort zone, stepping into your fears, and that will really transform you into a guy super confident, magnetic, and all of the texting stuff, anything, it'll just make the game, meeting women, finding an amazing companion that much easier.
Awesome. You guys got any more questions for Robbie Kramer? Well, there we go. Robbie Kramer, innerconfidence.com.